Okay, great day today. The UPS man showed up and I got 2 new unboxings to do. I'm excited for both of these products, but I'll go through them independently. First up, we have a Mactrem tripod. And this is actually for the other item. I have a teleprompter that came. We'll go through that separately, but that's what this is for. I want to get my camera height a little bit higher and be able to use a teleprompter to make my workload just a little bit easier. So I ordered this by Mactrem. A little bit of a debate when I ordered it, which one to get, and I'll kind of go through those as I get it. But let's take a look and see what we got here. So right off the bat, open this up. It looks like it has a little tool pouch with some Allen wrenches. This is one of the things I did like about it. It came with its own carrying case, so that's nice. And the other deciding factor was, and I had one of these already, but I'm going to use it on a different tripod. It has a cell phone adapter, so you can use this tripod system with the cell phone mount for an additional camera if you want. I had already purchased one of these separately, and I wish I hadn't after buying this, because now I'd have 2. But that's okay. So as a cell phone adapter, that was a deciding point, or one of the deciding points. So this was actually the lesser expensive of the 2 models that I looked at. One was 78 inches tall. I believe it was K&F. And construction looked good. The item looked good. This one was 80 inches, so a little bit taller, and height was my problem. If you look at some of my videos, actually, I think there's only one left, very first videos, I did some green screen work, and my head gets chopped off at the top because the camera just wasn't high enough. So this should fix that problem. I had a hard time choosing the lesser expensive one, because sometimes you get less expensive items. This came from Amazon. You get something that's cheap. I was concerned about that, but I can tell right off the bat, this thing feels great. It has more weight than the 2 tripods that I'm using now, and I actually mean the 2 tripods combined. This thing is a little bit heavy, good construction. That was one of the things I looked at. It was all aluminum construction, so I wanted to make sure I was getting something good. Let's see how this guy works. So it looks like you open the legs up. Legs have little tabs here. I'll kind of see if I can do a close-up on this, but legs have little tabs here. You release to bring it back to the folded position, or they click down and lock in, depending on how you want to set the tripod up. And I want to extend this. I'll just do it down here so you can see it. Something like that. Probably going to be too tall for this environment, but it's close. Make it a little bit shorter by widening this out. Just going to widen the base here to bring it down a little bit lower. I didn't get it to put on top of the countertop. So there's the tripod. I don't know if you can see the top, but I'll go through the features with it. Legs extend quite a bit. There's 3 extensions. I'm going to move this down just a little bit to get out of the way. But 3 extensions on the legs, simple clasp style, and they glide out nice and smooth. Looks good. And if I bring this guy back in fact, let me set it up once real fast just so I can check the stability. I'll do this back here. There's not much room where I'm working at. This is the back side of my studio where I have some recording equipment, and the video side is behind you. So this isn't where I would normally be working, but there's a screen set up back there. So there is the tripod set up. One of those clips in. And there's the base. The base could be widened quite a bit from here. And this is about almost 6 feet tall right now. This part's loose. Let me just screw that guy on. This is just the mounting head. It wasn't screwed on tight, that's all. Has a quick release at top for your camera. Make sure that's on there right. I want the base screwed on first, and then it has a rotation area here. Has a ball gimbal. I hope you can see this. All right, so there it is all set up. This part will actually extend, so I can bring this out. and take it up even higher if I went to up to 80 inches, but I'm at my ceiling right now, so this is plenty tall enough for what I need to do in my studio here. It has a ball gimbal at top, so you just loosen this up and this whole ball moves around, and I can lock it into, and this is something I was looking to do, lock it into a 90-degree position, so a horizontal position. So quick release for your camera, screws off, plate comes off, and then just mount that in your camera. You get a quick release, and it has a bubble level on the side and on the screw itself, actually. So there's 2 bubble levels to line it up. The only problem I see with that is where I'm going to have it mounted, I'm going to be above my head shooting down, so I'm not going to be able to see those bubble levels as it is. I'm going to have to use a different mount, but I can fix that in Edit also. Gradient all the way on the outside, so you can see degrees. If you want to move something or shift something by degrees, I'm not going to need to do that for what I'm trying to do, but that's a nice feature. And as I was starting to say earlier, one of the legs detaches, so I can actually take one of these legs off and then the main stalk would screw off. So this would actually disconnect here and attach. I could bring this whole thing and attach it and make a monopod out of it. So that's what that's for, and you can make a monopod or even a walking stick if you were so inclined. In the middle, I should note, there is a weight mount, or sort of stabilization mount. Let me put this guy back on. In the middle right here, if you can see it, is a stabilization mount, so you can actually hang a weight right here in the center to hang some weight on it, just to make your tripod a little bit more stable, especially if the legs tightened up. But 80 inches tall, well-built construction, seems to be easy enough to use. Collapsed to, I'll have to look up the numbers, but it looks like about 18 inches collapsed. I'll bring it up here one more time. I'll collapse it. Super, super strong construction from what I can see. I was hesitant ordering this because it was listed, or a couple of reviews mentioned this as a great travel tripod, and I was thinking I don't really need to travel with it. I'm not using it for that. But this is going to be for studio use, and I think it's perfect. It's not overweight. It's not underweight. It's nice and sturdy. And that's why they had the ball loosened at the top, so the legs come up nice and smooth when they pack it. That's all. So this is about, I would say, 18 inches folded, but that's pretty compact for an 80-inch tall tripod. So nice unit, great design from what I see. I can't wait to put it to use. I hope you like it, and check it out. So this is a Mactrem 80-inch, and this sold for $67, $68 on Amazon. So definitely a good purchase. Next closest competitor was a little bit shorter, didn't have the bag, did not come with the iPhone adapter, and was about $20 more. So Mactrem 80-inch tripod. Hope you like it.